Welcome back guys, it is time to choose my October TBR. Before I get into choosing this month's TBR, I just want to recap on last month's TBR. So of the 8 books I picked, I have read 4 of them. 1 book I have started, and the other 3 I have not even started. Now, I do still have a week left of September when I'm filming this, but the books that I have planned to read in this last week, because of videos I'm filming and things like that, I don't think I'm really going to make any progress on this TBR. So they're not amazing. I've read 50% of September's TBR. Hopefully I can do better in October. With that said, let's get into this month. So I have my TBR jar here, and I have completely refreshed my TBR prompts. I've redone all of my prompts, added in different ones there. Normally when I do these videos, I actually end up putting the prompts back into the jar. We're not going to do that this time. We're just gonna, once we've used a prompt, that's it, it's used, and we will just use these prompts until this jar is empty, and then I will start a new jar after that, if that makes sense. Like, I just want to make sure that I'm mixing up the prompts, because I was getting a bit bored, to be honest, of getting the same prompts all of the time, and I'm sure you guys were getting bored as well. So that is the plan. This TBR is hard because there are quite a few new releases on my radar. There's so many books I've got downloaded on my Kindle library from Kindle Unlimited that I really want to read, and I have a full TBR cart as well. So I feel like choosing this month's TBR is going to be really hard because there's so many different books I want to get to, but we will just have to do our best with it. With that said, let's go. I'm going to pick 8. Yeah, I'm going to pick 8 prompts, and that will be my official like TBR, and that does give me room if I want to read some books that aren't on my TBR as well. Okay, let's pick our first prompt. Actually, let me just shake these up. First prompt, I'll let you see first. Oh, I don't know if that's focusing. What does it say? Lowest on Goodreads. Oh, crap. Guys, I don't think I've fully added my whole TBR cart to Goodreads, so now I'm gonna have to do a little bit of work. Okay, that's not really a great first prompt, is it? Okay, it wasn't that bad because it was only really some of the newer books that are on my TBR that I didn't have on here. So I am now on my TBR, and I'm going to sort by average rating, and it's got the highest at the top, so we are gonna press reverse. You guys can see, let me see, what is it? Oh, The Stars Are Dying. I had a feeling it was going to be that. Okay, so the lowest rated book that I have is The Stars Are Dying by Chloe C. Penaranda, and this is the first book in the Nightfall series, and this has a rating of 3.5 on Goodreads and 9,573 ratings. Now, I have to say, I have heard not so great things about this book from a couple of booktubers that I follow who are big fantasy romance readers, and they have not really enjoyed this book. That's why I've been hesitant to pick it up. When I first read the blurb and ordered this, it sounded really good. I'm pretty sure I've had this, God, how long have I had this for? A long time, maybe nearly a year, I don't know, definitely a long time, and I just haven't picked it up. We have some nicer artwork inside. So this is a romantasy. As I said, it's the first book in a series. It's got quite a long blurb that I don't want to read, so I don't know exactly what it's about. It says here, the brightest star needs the darkest night. So that is our first book on the TBR. Not a great prompt to get, really, like lowest rated on Goodreads, but it's okay. Let's go for our next prompt. Random number generator on Goodreads. God, these, I'm pulling all of the Goodreads prompts. Okay, so what that means is I'm going to go back to the normal position I have my Goodreads on, which is date added. I have how many books on here? So I have 43 books apparently on my Goodreads TBR, which is my physical TBR, plus maybe a couple that I have on Kindle, I'm not sure. So I'm gonna now get a random number generator. Here I'm going to press generate 30. Okay, so I'm gonna count 30 on my Goodreads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Number 30 is here. You're just gonna have to trust me. Glow, which is the 4th book in the Prated Prisoner series, which I have here. I guess I'm happy about that because The last book in the series has literally just come out, which means I can now finish the series. So it will be good to be able to carry on with the series. This is book 4, this is where I'm up to. This is a quite dark romantasy book series, I would say. I feel like I've spoken about this series a lot on my channel. It's a King Midas reimagining. I think it's really good, really easy to read. I've enjoyed the first 3 books, definitely. I think like book 2 and 3 especially. So yeah, I'm excited to continue on. This one is pretty chunky. How many pages is it? It's like over 700 pages, but the font is pretty large and they tend to be really quick and easy to read, so I'm not too worried about that. 2 romantasies, which I'm not complaining about. Everybody knows I'm in my romantasy era. Okay, let's go for number 3. Hopefully we can speed up a bit now, because I feel like those 2 prompts I've had have taken me ages. Whoops. What do we have? Pretty cover. Oh, okay, so this one's obviously quite subjective, and I'm gonna go just purely based on this. I'm not even gonna look on Kindle because that would be overwhelming. What has a pretty cover? Okay, obviously my Jane Eyre edition has a really pretty cover, so I could go for that. Feybound, I absolutely love this cover, so I could go for that. Temptation of Magic is, I feel like I don't love the cover itself that much, but it's obviously a really pretty edition. Oh, okay, I'm kind of torn between these 2, or do I go for Jane Eyre? I don't know. I feel like there's quite a few like intimidating books I want to read this month, so I don't know if it's also a good time to read Jane Eyre. These 2 kind of intimidate me as well, especially Feybound. I don't know why this really intimidates me. I think I'm gonna go for The Temptation of Magic by Megan Scott, because it is a kind of nice cover. And then we obviously have a really nice naked hardback. We have beautiful artwork in the front and in the back as well, and has really nice sprayed edges. So I feel like this is just a really pretty edition, so this is what I'm going to go for. This is a Fairy Loot pick when I did the Fairy Loot YA subscription box, which I no longer do because I just was not reading the books. It says, sworn to be enemies, destined to be each other's undoing. Atmospheric and with a dark academia setting, this is the thrilling story of a girl with the ability to overpower supernaturals. Nicole must hide her identity whilst forging an alliance with her enemy, but will she be able to withstand the allure of magic? Oh my god, that sounds so good. And also like dark academia, magic, supernaturals, like that sounds like a perfect book to read in October. So actually I'm very happy with my choice here. That is book 3, another fantasy. Okay, I would like to get some romance on the TBR to break it up. Is that upside down? I'm hoping you can read that. New to me author. Okay, I have so many options here. Actually, I think I know what I'm going to go for. And it's going to be a Kindle book. And it's going to be another fantasy. I'm sorry. I don't really have that many new to me romance authors, to be honest. Oh, actually, I could choose that Riley Sager book. I did want to read that in October. Oh, yeah, okay. Sorry, I'm not going to choose a Kindle one because I've just realised. Because I really do want to get this on my TBR for October. This is Home Before Dark by Riley Sager. It's a haunted house kind of thriller horror. I'm not really sure which. I've wanted to read a Riley Sager book for ages and I haven't, and I just like, I need to read it in October. Like that's the perfect time to read a haunted house book. So this is being added to my TBR. I've obviously not read from Riley Sager before, so okay, there we go. 4 books, and now we have 3 fantasy and 1 horror or thriller. As I said, don't know which it is. Book from Kindle Library. Oh yay, I'm glad I didn't choose one then. Oh, but now I'm like, do I choose a romance? Because I've just got like loads of fantasy. Or do I just say screw it? Okay, I could be smart and choose like a series that I haven't yet finished. That's just not what's calling to me. Oh, okay, I am going to choose a romance actually, because again, this is a book that has to be read in October. I'm going to choose The Ex-Hex by Erin Sterling. This is a witchy romance. Quite old now. I always wanted to read it but just didn't, and I feel like I have to read it in October if I'm going to read it, and every October comes round and I just haven't picked it up. So I am going to read it this year. It's on Kindle Unlimited. Okay, that's what we're choosing. There's so many books I want to read, guys. Okay, that is book 5, so we have 3 more prompts to go. I am glad to have a romance on there. Not your normal genre. No. I chose Riley Sager already. Okay, oh, I know. Okay, this is actually fine. The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. This is a historical fiction, definitely not my normal genre. My normal genre is basically just romance and romantasy. Like those are the main things that I already read. This was on my TBR for September. I haven't managed to get to it unfortunately, but I am desperate to read it. All I know is this follows two sisters and their lives during World War II in France. It's supposed to be really sad, it's supposed to be amazing. I really want to read it. Okay, I'm happy with that actually. Prompt number 7. A romance book. Okay, I think I'm gonna go for Love Unwritten by Lauren Asher. This was another one that was on my TBR for this month and I really wanted to get to it and nearly did, but then I picked up another book instead. Anyway, doesn't matter. I really want to get to this. This is the second book in the Lakefront Billionaire series, this is a single dad billionaire, obviously romance, and the romance is with his like son's nanny, I think. I really enjoyed Love Redesigned. I like all of Lauren Asher's books really, so I feel like this should be good. The only thing that's off-putting is the length. Like, it is too long, but hey ho. We have one last prompt. Oh, there's so many books like I wanted to add to this TBR that I haven't managed to get on. Let's get a good prompt. Ooh, 5-star prediction. Okay, that's good, that's good. Oh my god, which one do I choose? I'm torn. Okay, I'm torn between two and they are both Kindle Unlimited books. Do I have any on here? Probably, but there's two I really want to read on Kindle Unlimited. So I'm torn between The Book of Asriel by Amber Nicole. I really want to read this series. I've heard amazing things about it. The male main character is like morally grey. It's a romantasy, did I say that? And I think it's like a really dark romantasy and it just sounds so good. I don't know the plot at all, but just from what people have said, it sounds really good. So I could go for that one, or I could go for Metal Slinger by Rachel Schneider. I don't know why that surname's so hard to say in an English accent. I really want to read this book. I have seen it flying around everywhere on Instagram at the moment. Emmy Rossum recently read it, loved it, gave it 5 stars, recommended it, and now everybody is reading it and loving it, and now I really want to read it. So that is the other option. Ooh, which one do I go for? You know what, I think I'm gonna go for The Book of Asriel just because there are more books out in that series and I would rather not have to wait as long to read like the next book in the series, especially if it's a 5-star book. So I think I'm gonna go for The Book of Asriel. Oh no! I've just realised I completely forgot about the new releases that I wanted to add to my TBR, and I definitely could have picked them with some of these prompts. But you know what? We'll just add them to the TBR and we'll have 10 books. Okay, so the 2 new releases that I definitely want to get to this month are A Reign of Rose by Kate Golden. This is the 3rd and final book in the Sacred Stones trilogy. I love this series. Both the first 2 books have been 5 stars for me. It's a romantasy series and I am desperate to read the 3rd book. I'm pretty sure it comes out on around the 8th of October, something like that. And I have pre-ordered it and I will definitely be wanting to get to that when it comes out. So that is being added to my TBR. And then the other one that I want to read is Nothing Like the Movies by Lynn Painter. This is the sequel to Better Than the Movies, which was a 5-star book for me. I absolutely loved it. This is coming out the end of September, I think, and I would really like to get to it. And I think it would just be a really quick, fun, easy read. I'm hoping that it's good. I don't think Better Than the Movies needed a sequel, but I'm here for it, I'm seated, and I'm gonna read it. And then the other books that we have on my TBR, we have 2 romances. We have The XX by Erin Sterling, our witchy romance, and we have Love Unwritten by Lauren Asher. I have then 2 books that are outside of my normal reading taste, but that's fine. I have The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. I'm very excited to read this one. And I have Home Before Dark by Riley Sager. Perfect time to be reading this one. And then we have 4 fantasy or romantasy books. We have The Book of Asriel by Amber Nicole. We have The Stars Are Dying by Chloe Penaranda. Glow by Raven Kennedy, the 4th book in the Plated Prisoner series. And The Temptation of Magic by Megan Scott. There we have it, that is my TBR for October. Let me know in the comments what's on your TBR for October. I would love to know. Let me know if you have read any of these books, what you thought of them, which ones you're excited to see me read and you want included in reading vlogs this month. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to leave a comment, like and subscribe. I would love to see you in my next video. Bye!